Good evening, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this evening, Hawkeye diplomatic guards restive over stalled wage talks. Hawkeye security guards assigned to the British High Commission protested Thursday over stalled wage negotiations. John Levy, General Secretary of the Union of Clerical, Administrative and Supervisory Employees, which represents the guards, says the negotiations have been happening at a snail's pace. The guards protested outside the offices of Hawkeye's headquarters on Belmont Road Thursday afternoon.
The pace at which we are going is very, very slow. 14 meetings, including 3 or 4 at the Ministry of Labour, with no resolution inside. The company has put an offer on the table which is, quite frankly, disrespectful and not something that could assist in maneuvering and managing the cost of living that is being faced by the workers. When there is no proper pension arrangement in place for these diplomatic security, just like a lot of other security guards, and they have been with this company for years. The issue of the kind of salary that they are being paid, there's a ranking system now that everybody is paid basically the same basic salary. The only difference is a little rank allowance, right? And there are a number of other issues. We will not leave the embassy to be exposed to any sort of situation. The last time something like that happened somewhere in Libya, the US embassy, there was one big international furor, almost caused some war over it, and we don't want anything like that to happen in Jamaica.
In response, Hawkeye's Group Human Resource Manager Sharon Lang said the protest took the company by surprise, especially since they are in the middle of negotiations. She said the employees have asked for a 100% increase in salary and have not changed their stance since. She noted that all other outstanding issues have been settled. NSWMA criticized for poor garbage collection in St. Catherine. The National Solid Waste Management Authority was put on the defense Thursday after it was heavily criticized by councillors at the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation over the poor collection of garbage in the parish. Some councillors at the monthly meeting of the corporation complained about the pileup of garbage in their divisions over several weeks, with one saying it was affecting the Angels Primary School in Spanish Town. Patricia Harris, who represents the Angels Division, said the resultant effects of the garbage pileup at the school had spilled over into the Angels Grove community.
Sometimes 4 weeks, 5 weeks, no collection of garbage. And I don't have to tell you what happens, because I have videos showing those little small creatures crawling all over the place. There are instances where the classes, they have to move from that area to another area to avoid the stench. We're talking about children here. And the residents who live near the school, it affects them as well because the stench is unbearable.
The councillors also highlighted unkempt streets and the town centers as issues that need urgent attention. Citing a potential health crisis in St. Catherine, Councillor for the Waterford Division, Finley Douglas, called for the resignation of Executive Director of the NSWMA, Audley Gordon.
Just as though we are councillors elected by the people, if we are not performing, the people should vote us out. So managers that are being paid by taxpayers' money need to perform. And if the head of NSWMA is not performing and him can't deal, then he must geo. The time has come, Chairman, for us to stop beating up on the little staff who comes here.
Councillor Turner, why are you standing?
Chairman, thank you again. Chairman, if talking about the garbage and the garbage infestation in this parish is campaigning, then I'm going to campaign every day, Chairman, because the people need better.
In response to the call for his resignation, NSWMA Executive Director Audley Gordon has said he will continue his stewardship at the agency.
There
are some things, some conversations that you won't get me be a part of. I play a little bit of cricket, and there are some balls you leave alone. What I will do is just keep working hard and do the best I can, and try to strike up the partnerships as we go along to see how we can clean this place up here.
Meanwhile, Public Cleansing Manager at MPM Waste Management, Daniel Heaven, while accepting that there are challenges with the timely collection of garbage as well as the sweeping of roads and the town centers, said the agency has been working diligently with the resources available. But he told the councillors at the monthly meeting of the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation that the citizens have to be better managers of their surroundings.
Just last August, I was sent to Japan by the executive director to learn about sustainable waste management practices on small developing islands. And one of the things that was done in Japan is to manage their garbage collection crisis, is that there has to be a lot of meetings and communication with residents about the best practices for proper solid waste management. So it's a responsibility for all persons here, that we have to go out and meet with persons in our constituencies and tell them about proper waste management. From just coming back to the meeting and realize that garbage is an important factor. So it's something that I'm assuming all persons here don't just want to talk about, but we want to actively fix the problem.
500 pounds of ganja seized in Westmoreland, 4 men arrested. Detectives assigned to the Westmoreland Police Division seized over 500 pounds of compressed ganja during an operation at a house in Matic District, New Works in the parish on Friday. The Negril police say about 5:30 p.m. the police team conducted a search of the premises and its occupants. During the search, they reportedly discovered several plastic bags containing compressed packages of ganja. 4 men were arrested in relation to the seizure. The police say their identities are being withheld pending further investigation. Cops cut down 2 alleged abductors amid a dramatic rescue of kidnapped woman. 2 reported abductors were fatally shot by police during a dramatic rescue operation on Thursday morning, which resulted in the safe recovery of a woman who had been carjacked and abducted in Westmoreland. The woman was reportedly taken to a house in the neighboring parish of Hanover. During the operation, law enforcement personnel seized 2 firearms, a .45 Taurus pistol and a 9mm Browning pistol. Preliminary reports are that the drama began unfolding at around 11:15 a.m. when the police, acting on intelligence, went to a 2-bedroom house in Penn River, Hanover, after having received information that the abducted woman, who was earlier carjacked and taken from Jerusalem Mountain in Westmoreland, was being held there. Upon entering the house, the police reportedly saw a man holding the woman in a chokehold with a firearm pointed at her head. As the woman began struggling with her attacker, the man allegedly pointed his weapon at the police, who took evasive action and fired in the direction of the suspect, who was hit and collapsed while clutching a 9mm Browning pistol. 3 men reportedly fled the house and in the process opened fire on the police. A shootout ensued and one of the men was fatally shot during the exchange, and a .45 Taurus pistol was recovered from him. The other suspects managed to escape. There were no reports of any physical harm having been sustained by the abducted woman. The Independent Commission of Investigations is probing the developments. Thank you everyone for watching. See you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for another news update.